But yeah, after coming out, it was just like, ha, I'm free. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jed. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I do hope you have a lovely time watching. Today is the 11th of November, so that's 11/11, and I've always considered it to be a special and auspicious day, so I thought I'd make a video and launch a series. So I told you guys in my intro video that I also want to feature my life stories in this channel, in the hopes that my personal experiences could somehow, in one way or another, be helpful or, could inspire others. Yes. So I am launching this series called Bubble Tea Chats or Bubble Tea Talks. I don't know. I haven't finalized the name yet. But if you guys have name recommendations or suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. So basically, it's story time, Q&A, and such while drinking and featuring bubble tea. Yes. So today's bubble tea is from Miu Tea. It's our little bubble tea place, neighborhood bubble tea place down the road. And oh my gosh, I am obsessed with bubble tea. Are you guys addicted as well? Yeah, like some friends ask me why I want to chew my drink, and I'm like, chewing's the best part. So yeah, do you guys like bubble tea too? And how do you like it? I usually have my bubble tea with 30% sugar or half sugar, depending on how sweet I want to be that day, and less ice so that I get more tea. Anyway, so this tea is Panda Milk Tea. Basically, it's oolong tea with milk and your black and white pearls. Yes, yum, yum, yum. All right, so shall we begin? Okay, how do we do this? Let's do a little ASMR. So, okay, enough. Anyway, hang on, I'll just pop this in. All right, so, ta-da! So good. Oh, by the way, this isn't a sponsored video, but Miu Tea, if you are watching, email me, get in touch. Okay, for the first episode of this series, I thought I'd share with you my coming out story so that it could, hopefully help those of you who are coming out, thinking of coming out, or who are currently in the process of coming out, so that you would feel less alone, because I know how tough, how challenging, how lonely it can be. And for everyone else, I still hope that you get something good out of this video, even if it's just entertainment or to show your support for everyone who is going through this journey. Okay, so let's start. So I got 10 questions online from two websites, sesame-but-different.com and advocate.com. I'll leave the links down in the description box. So yeah, I got 10 questions to, I guess, just to provide me a little structure throughout this story time and just to have a better flow. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Question number 1, how did you know you were gay? Yes, oh my gosh, I need energy. I think I've always known that I was gay. I remember back in, I think, preschool, I would hear adults around me commenting that I was acting too girly and that it was wrong. So I kind of figured that I'm doing things, I'm acting differently. So yeah, I've always known that I was different, although I was never sure what that meant at that time. But I guess there were just too many, there were a lot of signs throughout my identity crisis years. And one of them was, I remember in Enchanted Kingdom, it's like our mini Disneyland in the Philippines. There was this performer, he was a swimmer, and he was just wearing Speedos. So he was Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eyes, Greek god, physique, chiseled body. I remember I just had these weird feelings, and I couldn't take my eyes off of him. But yeah, and then the next day, my nanny, she asked me if I remembered the guy, and I said yeah. And then she was like, yeah, I have a crush on him. And immediately, out of nowhere, I just blurted out, me too. And then I think she freaked out and she just stormed out of the room and started shouting like, oh my gosh, JC has a crush on a guy, blah, blah, blah. JC is my other nickname. And then she went back and then she said, oh, maybe you meant idol. You idolize him. He's your idol and not your crush. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, sure. He's my idol. I want to be like him. I like him. Yeah, so that's one. And then another thing was we had a handsome teacher, handsome in my eyes, back in grade school. And I remember I was just inspired every day whenever it was his class. So yeah, I got the same weird feelings. What else? And yeah, there were also cute guys, in school. And I think I may have had some trouble when I had this crush on this guy, and it was we were texting. We didn't have Facebook Messenger or whatever before, guys. It was just texting, SMS. So we were texting, and I would get so annoyed when he wouldn't respond back. So I would, I got too dramatic, whatever, ended up with his mom calling my mom. And anyway, so yeah, it wasn't pretty. And there was this other time when I think I finally got to confirm that I was gay when I intimately kissed another guy in high school. So yeah, I kissed. Did I kiss girls? Only lips to lips. But yeah, I intimately kissed this guy in high school, and it was, yeah, it felt good. It felt right for me. And that's the time, I guess, that I was able to confirm that, yeah, you know what, I'm gay. Yeah, I'm attracted to guys and not girls. Okay, so there's that. Question number 2 is, let's see. Did you ever feel bad about being gay or just really wanted to be straight? Yes, I felt so bad being gay during my grade school years. Growing up in a typical Christian Catholic household, and also my school was Catholic, it was ingrained in me that being gay is a sin and it's not right. And, so I never told anyone this, and I don't think my family knows about it either, but during those years, throughout those years, like every night, it was emotional and mental torture for me. I would cry myself to sleep, bawl my eyes out, and ask God why he made me like this. Like, I told him that, he could have just made me straight so that my life would be so much easier. And I remember telling him that I hate you, or something like, I don't want to hate you, but I'm leaning towards that because of this, of this painful experience painful process that I'm going through, fighting the gayness. So yeah, at some point I wanted to be straight and I tried to fight it, but I ended up hurting people along the way. So there was this other guy that I was virtually dating, and even though it was really fun and pleasant talking with him, I had to end things because I told him that this isn't right. We shouldn't be together. We shouldn't do these things. Blah blah blah. Because it's it's a sin. And there was this girl as well that I tried to love, whatever love meant for me at that time, but it just didn't work out. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. I did not have peace. So I ended up breaking up with her, and yeah, I feel really bad, and I'm really sorry for all the pain that I may have caused during those years that I was trying to find myself. Yeah, so there's that. All right, so let's move on. Third question is, how did you come out? How did I come out? I remember, I think I talked to my cousin first about it, because she's like my sister. Like growing up, she was my forever buddy. So I think we were having like a family outing in some resort in the province, and I think it was during swim time when I talked to her, and I told her that, hey guys, I'm gay and I like guys. And she was so cool about it. I love you, Kaz. If you're watching, I love you. So yeah, she was just cool about it. And I think they knew anyway, like my family knew anyway, but we never talked about it, and I never told them about it as well. But yeah, there's that. And then I remember, I think my whole family, they were outside our room, and I think my cousin blurted out, "Hoy bakla!" or something, gay, "Hoy gay!" And then I think she was caught by surprise as well. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I probably shouldn't have said that." But anyway, I think my family just ignored it, and yeah, no one really talked about it. So there's that. And my high school best friends, I think they confirmed that I was gay when they read text messages in my phone, when they borrowed my phone, my text messages with another guy that I was virtually, dating at that time. Oh my gosh, memories. And then I think it was a gradual process for me. Oh, even before I told my cousin that I was gay and I liked guys, I think since I was fighting it at first, I think I may have told her or other people that I was bi, just to ease off the blow. But yeah, anyway, I realized I wasn't bi, I was gay, straight gay. So yeah, there's that. And then finally I came out to my mom when, oh my gosh, I was heartbroken. That was in college. So there was this other guy, too many guys. There was this other guy. We were getting along so well, and I actually thought that he would be the very first guy that I would have a real and official relationship with, but it didn't end well, and it just felt like my whole world just crumbled, and I couldn't bear the pain anymore. I think I was hyperventilating, whatever. And so I went inside my mom's room. She was watching television, and I just cuddled up beside her crying. And then she's like, "Okay, what is wrong?" And then I told her, I remember asking her, "You accept me for whatever or whoever I am, right?" And then she said, "Of course." And I asked, "You love me for whoever and whatever I may be, right?" And this was crying, guys, crying galore. And then she was like, "Of course, you're my son. Why wouldn't I?" And then that moment, I just told her. I told her, "Mom, I'm gay, and there's this guy that I love." Again, whatever love meant for me at that time. But he broke up with me and I can't handle the pain, blah blah blah. And then she was just there, and she told me that, hey, you know, I love you, I accept you, and I'm here for you, whoever you are. And don't worry about the heartache. It will pass. It's just a phase. It's time to move on. You're just closing a chapter in your life. So close that chapter and move on with your life. You will find someone else. Oh, that meant a lot to me. That when she said, you will find another guy, someone else who will love you for, whoever or whatever you are. So it's okay. And that time I just felt this, huge sense of relief, because finally I was able to talk to, my mom about it. Yeah, that was it. And with my dad, we never really talked about it, but I think he always knew anyway. But I remember after college, we had this family business, and one of our clients asked him, like, bluntly, directly, hey, are you okay that your son's gay? And then in front of me, and then my dad was just like, yeah. And that moment again was just such a huge relief for me. Like, I didn't tell my dad this, but I really appreciated it, that I think I cried after. I think I went out and had, and cried a bit, because, I was so happy to know that and to hear that from him. It meant a lot to me. So yeah, I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. And for my brothers, yeah, it's just like, it was just a given, I would say. So yeah, oh, I miss my family. I love you guys. And yeah, take care always. And I hope to see you soon, when all this COVID craziness is over. Yeah, so that's that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Question number 4. On a scale of 1 to 10, how scared were you to come out? 20. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. It was one of the scariest things, ever that I had to go through. Yeah, like, you can't even rate it. It's like off the scale, off the charts, guys. I was so scared. Question number 5, was it hard to come out, and who was the first person you told to? Okay, I already answered that question, so I will skip that. But yeah, I mean, it was hard to come out. I was very scared because I never, you don't have an idea what would happen next and how, people would react. After me telling them that I was gay. So yeah, okay. So question number 6 is, what impact has coming out had on your life personally? Well, ever since coming out, I mentioned it that, there was just this huge relief. Like, I didn't have to fight it anymore. I didn't have to pretend to be someone or something that I wasn't. And I could just be myself. I could express myself better. Because I think, when telling you guys about when I was a kid, when people were commenting that I acted differently, I think I purposefully tried to be quiet, to be shy and reserved, so that they would stop those remarks. But yeah, after coming out, it was just like, ha, I'm free. Such a breath of it was a breath of fresh air. It was like, yeah, I started, I think being just fabulous. I started spreading glitter and sunshine everywhere. So yeah, it was good. And ultimately, if I hadn't come out, then I wouldn't be married with the love of my life today. So, okay, we have a picture. I'll share with you guys. Ta-da! So yeah, that's my hubby. So yeah, if I didn't come out, then I wouldn't have met him, and I wouldn't be happily married right now. So it was all worth it, I would say. All right, so question number 7 is, how out are you, and do you come out to strangers? I'm very out, but I think, do you come out to strangers? I think that people know anyway, like the moment I speak they know that I'm gay, or they assume that I'm gay. So I never really had to come out to anyone unless they, unless they specifically asked that, are you gay? And I was like, yes. But yeah, no issues on that. Okay, bubble tea break. Okay, next question is, are there any negative aspects to coming out? Yes, there are, and could be negative aspects, because not everyone is as lucky. I mean, I would say that I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky that my family and friends accepted me, with open arms, and they were there for me when I needed them, the most during my scariest and most challenging times. But yeah, not everyone is as lucky, and so I would just like to, to my family and friends, thank you so much for accepting me, for loving me, for, whoever I am. It just means so much to me. I never told you about, how grateful I am, but I am. I really am, and I love you guys. Hi. But yeah, in this day and age, there are still a lot of places where being gay is not accepted or tolerated, where being gay is even illegal, and my heart just breaks, for them. I cannot imagine how difficult it is. I mean, even in this day and age, 2021, close to 2022, even when, all over the media, the fashion industry, the representation of the LGBTQIA plus, community is just keeps getting bigger, and yeah, there are still a lot of people who cannot accept us or even tolerate us, and sometimes there are even scary things that people do, some acts of violence and hate toward the LGBTQIA plus community. So yes, unfortunately, there are and could be negative aspects to coming out, and I can only hope that, everyone, at some point, everyone will just be kind to people. Hi. Okay. Next question is, what advice would you give someone who is trying to come out? All right. So the first thing is, well, if you're going to ask me if there's a right way to come out, I don't have an answer to that, because I don't think there is one. Because it's a very personal and individual process and journey. It's no one else's journey. So the right way is your way. You will know when you're ready to come out. You will know when it's time to come out. So don't force it. Don't pressure yourself. Baby steps. Just take it one day at a time. And number 2, be prepared to other people's reactions, because they have their beliefs as well, and they have their expectations of you. So we should also respect their space. If they need time to process it, give them that. Yeah, just do not rush them as well, because it is much of a process to them as it is to you. And third is, be careful who you come out to, like who you confide with, because yeah, I mean, if you're not ready to let the whole world know that you're gay, then yeah, just be selective of the people that you tell it to. So you also don't feel, so you won't find yourself in a situation where you're just forced to come out to the whole world. So yeah, there's that. And what else? Very important, you are not alone. You are never alone in this journey. I am here for you. There are so many people out there, even outside your family and friends. There's a whole group of people that are willing to to help you, to be there for you, to listen to you. I know there's like Facebook groups or organizations, like not-for-profit organizations that help people who are struggling to come out. I think that the Trevor Project even has a handbook on coming out. And then in Australia, there's so many organizations as well, like Reach Out. So yeah, just Google them, or I will try to compile a list of helpful links and leave them in the description box so that you have an easy reference. But yeah, you are never alone. We are here for you. You got this. All right, so next question is, what tips can you give? Oh, this is the last question. What tips can you give those whose friends or family are coming out to them? So again, it's a very personal and individual journey, so please refrain. Please do not pressure them into coming out if they're not ready. I know that, and I understand that you have good intentions. Like, you might say, yeah, they need to come out because then they would, feel free and their struggle would be over and whatever. But it's a very scary experience for those people, who are in the process of coming out. And who's to say that it's going to be better for them on the other side? So yeah, just let them be, leave them be. And if they're doing it gradually, don't also, what am I trying to say? Don't also assume that they're gay, because they could be bisexual. They can be attracted to both men and women. And, there's just this whole spectrum of gender identity. So whatever they are, respect that. And even those who might want to fight it, like those who want to be straight, respect them as well, because that's their life, that's their decision, and never pressure them or force them to say or to tell you that they're gay or whatever. Like I told you, I guess the most helpful thing that you could say is what my mom told me. It's that, I love you, I accept you, and I'm here for you, whoever or whatever you are. I would say that's the most helpful thing that you could say, that you could do to someone who was coming out to you. Second advice is, do not tell anyone. Like, if they specifically told you not to tell anyone, then please respect that as well. Like, please do not tell anyone that they are gay or whatever. Because yeah, let them do it on their own, on their own when they feel that it's right. Because I had a whole lot of drama before where I was trying to be helpful, but I think it was more of a selfish thing as well. So there's this guy who I told his friends that he was gay, in the hopes that he would realize that it's actually okay to be gay. But I think it was really selfish for me as well, because I had another objective, which was, to tell people that he's gay so that we can finally be together and have a real relationship. But yeah, it all backfired, and I think he still hates me until this day. But yeah, I'm terribly sorry, and I hope you would be able to forgive me one day. But yeah, so guys, do not tell anyone. Leave them be, let them do it on their own. And the last piece of advice is just be kind. Not just to people who are coming out, but just in general, just be a kind person, because that's what everyone, needs nowadays. So hey, we made it. We made it through all those questions. Thank you so much for bearing with me. And I'm sorry if this video has been rather long, but I wanted to be, I wanted to share as much as I could so that I could be more helpful as well. And to those who are struggling to come out, please again remember, you are not alone. You are never alone. Just reach out. There will always be people who would be willing to listen to you, to help you, to guide you through this, and to be there for you. So please reach out, and remember, you got this. You are stronger than you think. So yeah. Thank you so much everyone for joining me in this very first episode of Bubble Tea Chats. We'll have another one soon. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up so that YouTube will also share it, you know, to a wider audience and it could reach those people who might need it. And please feel free to leave comments down below. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And there would be, you know, there's heaps more of exciting things coming in this channel. And I would just love for you to be part of this community that we are building. All right, so yeah, thank you again so much. Take care, stay healthy, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in my next video.